Isaiah 40 verse 31 says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." Waiting upon the Lord, being patient, aligns perfectly with remaining steadfast in your faith in God. Not only is God renewing your faith through trials and tribulations, but He's renewing your faith for His glory so that His will be done in your life. I thought of this analogy that if you imagine getting onto a bus or a train or getting into an Uber, you're essentially trusting the person that's behind the wheel to get you to where you need to go. Essentially you're trusting them with your life. And so, if you can trust this normal person to get you from one place to another, imagine putting that same trust, if not even greater trust, in God, fully trusting Him, allowing Him to take the wheel to get you to where He's willed you to be, to get you to where He's destined for you to be. And so you may wonder, well, what does trusting God with my life look like? It means to first and foremost deny your flesh, the earthly desires, because the enemy, the devil, emphasizes the flesh. He doesn't want you to walk with God, to trust in God, and he wants you to remain asleep of this world. So the first thing is to deny your flesh each and every day. Call upon the Lord's strength to strengthen you in doing so, refraining from sin of any kind, and repenting for past, present, and future sin, knowingly and unknowingly. There's a big emphasis in almost every chapter of the Bible. It says to not be afraid. And this applies here, to not be afraid of what's to come, to not be afraid and look at the situation in front of you and think that you can't get through it, because with God, you can get through this. He strengthens you. In Philippians 4 verse 13, it says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Remind yourself every day that God is in control of your life. He has a plan for your life. This means to align your will with His, submit yourself over to Him, and to let go of the way you thought things were going to go, because God knows. He already knows. He knew you before you knew you. So putting your trust, submitting and aligning your will with His will make a beautiful transition to the place where He is destined for you to be. Call upon Him in times of need, because He is your strength. I cannot say this enough over and over and over again, to pray and continue to remain in His word, to gain His wisdom and to understand His character, to be able to discern from right and wrong. Ask the Lord for His presence and direct each step that you make. This is a season of renewal. With God, you're going to make it through the trials and tribulations. And again, He is allowing you to go through these so that you remain steadfast in His faith. For those who remain steadfast during trials and tribulations receive the crown of life, as it says in James 1 verse 12. Think before making a decision. Ask the Lord to give you the discernment before you do something. Ask Him, will this honor you? And if it doesn't, don't do it. The Lord will answer when you call upon Him. This is true for any situation. For example, just the other day, I found myself in an environment with people who were drinking and smoking, and I chose to refrain from it. Even though that might have been something I had done in my past, I understand and know the truth of God, and know that that doesn't honor Him, and know that that is a sin. And so I chose to refrain. And in that way, showing my faith, my trust in God, to not run back to the temporary fixes that used to aid me just for that short period of time, but understanding that remaining in His word, remaining fully trusting Him, will allow me to get through the trials and tribulations that I'm facing right now. And it goes without saying, worship God and thank Him for what He has done for you. Thank Him in advance for all that He is about to do for you. I pray that this message gets to whoever it needs to today. Thank you, and God bless.